Hey everybody, I'm Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 10 mistakes I made before I learned how to take care of my body. Before I ever competed for Miss America, I actually was super scared to do it because of swimsuit. The thought of walking on stage in a swimsuit and heels actually terrified me, and I knew that if I competed, that I wanted to train my body the right way. So before I competed for Miss California, I met this really awesome nutritionist who taught me a lot about how to respect, love, and take care of my body. And a lot of the things I learned were super surprising to me because I realized that I had been doing it wrong for a really long time. One of the things I loved about working with my nutritionist, Brandy, is that everything we did were things that I knew I could maintain whether or not I was doing a pageant. We didn't do any extreme crazy dieting. It wasn't restrictive. I was in the gym a reasonable amount, and these are all things that even if I wasn't training for a pageant, that I could practice in my everyday life. And that's super important because a lot of girls just look at the pageant as a competition on that one night, but I like to look at it as a lifestyle that you're developing, and I want to be healthy for life. As it got closer to Miss America, I was on a very specific plan. I was eating certain types of food, and really it was all about nutrient timing and what I was doing with my workouts, but again, it was always maintainable and realistic. I will say, you can't expect yourself to be in training mode for the rest of your life. You're not gonna be at your competition weight or have your competition body every single day until you're 98. That's just not real life, and I want you all to know that the way I looked at Miss America and what I did to get there isn't something that you should expect from yourself every single day. One of the other things I've had to come to learn, and I'm still working on this, is that your body changes. Sometimes I expect myself to look exactly how I looked like I was in high school, and I forget that I grew up. I don't look the same as I did when I was 16. And I also don't look the same as I did at Miss America. But as you grow, your body changes, and that's okay. There's seasons for everything, and you're gonna look different in different seasons of life. What I try to focus on is knowing my body, listening to what my body needs in the season that I'm in, and finding a lifestyle and a routine that works for me and that's healthy for me. Not based on what people say, not based on what I think society tells me I should look like, but what is healthy for my body and how I'm made. Okay, here are the 10 things that I was doing wrong. 1, I thought that I had to work out more. I was terrified to meet with my nutritionist Brandy for the first time because I was afraid once I showed her what I was currently doing in the gym and eating, that she was gonna tell me I needed to work out more and eat less. And I physically couldn't do that because I was in the gym almost every single day. Our bodies need rest. Even if it's one day a week that you don't strive and that you be still and you give yourself time to recover, everybody needs rest. God took a day for rest. And if God needs rest, how much more do y'all think we need rest? I started seeing results when I gave myself time to slow down, to recover, to reflect, and to heal and process everything that I was doing in the gym. I also always thought that I needed to do a ton of cardio. I would run over 3 miles every single day, plus lifting and taking dance classes. That was insane. I do not recommend that. You don't have to do cardio every day to be healthy. When I first started training, I actually lifted more than I did cardio. Cardio doesn't build a lot of muscle. It does a really great job at burning fat, but I think it's super important to have a variety of workouts. Try some classes, lift a little bit, do some cardio, go outside and go on a hike. The more you have variety in your exercise, the less boring it's gonna be and the more happy you're gonna be doing it. Number 2 kind of goes hand in hand with number 1. I thought that I was gonna have to eat less. I didn't realize that my total calorie consumption for the day was already way lower than it should have been. Society screams to us that we just need to eat as little as possible if we wanna have these little bodies. And can I just come on here and say that that is not true? You need food to function. Food is fuel for our bodies. God gave us food to give us energy, and if you don't eat, you're not gonna have energy. Food actually can go hand in hand with your exercise to make it more beneficial for your body so you actually see results. You can still eat food and lose weight or achieve your fitness goals without having to cut out things that you love or things that give you energy and that you like to eat. When I started training for Miss America, I had to shift my mindset from thinking that working out was a punishment for the food I had eaten or a compensation for the food I was about to eat to, no, I'm working out to be healthy and to be strong, and I'm eating to give myself energy and to fuel the activities and the things I want to do. Number 3 is juicing. I love juicing. I think it's a great thing to do every now and then to reset your body, but it isn't sustainable or something that should be done long term. Juicing is a really big trend right now, and I can see how it'd be easy to think that it's super healthy because you're just basically eating vegetables and fruit in liquid form, but what you don't realize is that sometimes you're eating more than what you need to of certain things, and juice actually has a lot of sugar in it. Also, your body is missing out on a lot of other nutrients that the juice doesn't provide. That's why it's good for a little bit just to reset, but it's not good to do it long term. Think about this. Sometimes one juice has 2 apples, an orange, an entire cucumber, 3 stalks of celery. And I want to ask you, how many times do you sit down for a meal and eat 2 apples, 1 orange, an entire cucumber, 3 stalks of celery? You never eat that many fruits and vegetables all at once. And your body also needs things like protein and fats and things that usually juice doesn't have in it. So be really aware of the juice that you're drinking and how you're drinking it. Maybe pair it with something that has a little bit more substance, or only do a juice cleanse for maybe maximum of 3 days. Number 4 is cutting out carbs. I hear this all the time. People say, oh, I'm just not eating carbs right now, or I can't have that because it's carbs. Well, did you know that fruits and vegetables are also carbs? Carbs are our most immediate source of energy, and not all carbs are weighted equal. Starchy or complex carbohydrates like quinoa, rice, oats, fruits, sweet potatoes are very different from fibrous carbs like vegetables. It's a fact that your body needs carbs to survive. Have you ever noticed when you completely cut out carbs that you feel extra tired? That's because your body doesn't have any carbs and energy to run off of. I don't think it's a bad thing to try to eat less carbs or try to eat healthier carbs, maybe from whole foods. But I think a lot of times when people say, oh, I'm cutting out carbs, what they really mean is I'm trying to eat less sugar and less foods that are processed. When I was training for Miss America, what we realized is that my body actually functions on a higher carb and lower fat diet. I actually do better when I eat more brown rice, more sweet potatoes, more oatmeal than I do if I cut them completely out. So figure out what works with your body. Take a couple weeks and experiment. Everybody's different, so you just have to figure out what works for you. Number 5 is portion size. This one's so hard because we live in a society that has ginormous portion sizes. You go to any restaurant and they're gonna give you a plate that's about this big with about 3 times as much food as you probably need for that meal. This is really hard for me because I was raised in a family where I was taught you can't leave the table until you finish what's on your plate, for the most part. And so I grew up knowing that I needed to clear my plate. And so with that mindset, I go into these restaurants and get these huge plates and think, I can't leave until I finish it. If you can relate to that at all, I just want to give you permission to let that go. It's not true. Most restaurants you go to in most places are gonna have bigger portion sizes than you need. And someone told me this the other day and I think it's so good. They say you're either gonna waste the food in the garbage or you're gonna waste the food in your body. And if you love and respect yourself enough, you're not gonna waste it in your body if you truly don't need it. Listen to your body. When it says it's full, just stop eating. You can box it up and take it home, or you can give it to a friend, or if you have to, you can throw it away. It will be okay. Number 6, being an intuitive eater. Being an intuitive eater means that you eat when you're hungry. You're in tune enough and you can listen to your body to know that I'm full, I'm gonna stop eating, or wow, I'm really hungry, I need to eat something. Training for a competition or a pageant is very different from what I'm talking about with intuitive eating, but now that I'm not in that mode, I've shifted my mindset to become an intuitive eater. Number 7, diet foods. Whenever you start a fitness journey, it's really easy to get excited about these protein bars and protein shakes and protein milks and all of these dietary supplements that have a lot of really weird stuff in them. There are some great protein bars out there on the market, and I'll put a couple links in the description box below for you to check them out. But for the most part, a lot of diet foods really aren't that great for you. Go to the grocery store and look at these protein bars and check out what the ingredients are. If you can't pronounce the ingredients, I would avoid it. On your fitness journey, 20% of your results are gonna come from the gym and 80% are what you eat in the kitchen. It's more important to focus on eating whole foods, things that come out of the ground, things you can pick off a tree, things that have as little processing done to them as possible. Those are the things that your body recognizes and responds to. 8, I thought I had to cut out all the things I love. When I started working with Brandy, I was so afraid that the day I started, I could never have ice cream, never go get froyo, never bake again. That thought is terrifying. If you're like me and have a sweet tooth, or maybe you like savory things, maybe your thing is burgers and fries, it's really intimidating to think I'm never gonna get to have that ever again. Who would wanna sign up for that? Not me. I'm gonna ease your mind a little bit and just tell you, again, that's not true. Throw it out the window, send it away, because that's a lie. You don't want to tell yourself that you can't have something because you know you're gonna have it. You can't tell me that I'm never gonna eat ice cream again because I know I'm gonna have ice cream and it's probably gonna be today. When you completely cut things out and you restrict yourself, especially from things you love, it's not maintainable, nor is that any fun. Y'all, life is too short to stop doing things that we love. Now, I'm not saying go eat ice cream every single day for every single meal, but figure out where you can fit it in. Maybe it's once or twice a week that you go out with your friends and enjoy something that you really love. That's okay. Let's say you eat 5 meals a day, 7 days a week. That's 35 meals. If one of those meals or snacks is ice cream or a burger and fries, that's 1 out of 35. That's such a small percentage. Your body's not gonna change that much. Our bodies are smart. They know how to handle those types of things. So let yourself indulge and let yourself enjoy life. Number 9, sleep. I never knew that sleep had such an important part in your fitness journey, but the second I started getting more sleep and letting my body rest was the second that I started seeing the results from the hard work that I was putting in at the gym. When we sleep, our body is able to recover and process all of those things we're doing during our day. And if you're not getting that sleep, your anxiety is going to be higher, you're going to be more stressed out, and it's going to be harder for you to achieve your fitness goals. If you can, try and end your day a little bit earlier, turn the phone off, turn the lights down, and let yourself get more sleep. Number 10, stress management. Y'all, my stress was off the charts when I started competing for Miss America. In addition to my workouts, she gave me work-ins. Work-ins are things that you do for yourself. Taking a 20-minute nap, reading a book, going on a nice walk, anything that fuels your soul and helps you slow down and rest are a work-in. And I highly recommend adding in a couple work-ins to your week. You will be so amazed by the difference this makes and how better you feel. So those are 10 things I wish I would have known a long time ago before I even started competing, because all of these things I have started practicing in my life, and they have just made me more energetic, more happy, more joyful, and healthier. I hope you resonated with a few of these things and maybe can take a few and add them into your daily life and that it helps you. If there's something that you do that I didn't mention that has really helped you in your fitness journey, I'd love to know. Would you put it down here in the description box so we can talk about it? I'm always looking for new ideas and love hearing from you guys what you're doing on your journeys. Thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and as always, find me on Instagram at Nicole the Nomad for more health and wellness tips. You're doing such a good job, and I just want to encourage you. Keep doing stuff.